IU is an artist that most of us K-pop fans immediately recognize. The real name of this singer, known for her golden voice, is Lee Ji-eun, and her stage name IU stands for I and You, symbolizing harmony between the artist and the listener. Although she has become one of the biggest K-pop stars of our generation, her life has been far from a fairy tale. IU's story is, in truth, heartbreaking. IU was born on May 16, 1993, in Songjeong-dong, South Korea. From a young age, she showed interest in a career in the entertainment industry. Back then, her family was financially stable enough to support her dreams by paying for acting lessons. But everything changed when she was still in elementary school. Her family's financial situation collapsed after her parents went into heavy debt. They were forced to move to Uijeongbu, in Gyeonggi Province, instead of staying with her parents, who were working hard to pay off the debt. IU and her younger brother went to live with their grandmother and cousin. That drastic change affected IU deeply for the rest of her life. In an interview, she once shared, "To live in that time in a tiny room, I stayed with my grandmother, cousin, and brother. It was always cold, and we never had enough food. Despite all the suffering, IU never complained and tried to be grateful for what little they had." During that period, her grandmother supported the whole household by selling hair accessories at the market. But things were about to get even worse. Eventually, their small room became infested with cockroaches, and it was no longer safe to live there. So, they all moved into a relative's home. That's when things got uglier. Some family members began to crush her dreams of becoming an artist. IU, now known as the nation's little sister, once shared that a drunken relative would often verbally abuse her, yelling that she should be studying instead of practicing, because she would never become a singer. She said she would pretend to be asleep just to survive the pain. Despite the lack of support from her family, IU persevered and did her best to chase her dream. You might think that, at this point, life would begin to treat her more kindly, but unfortunately, things only got harder. Even after finally becoming a trainee, things didn't go as planned. To be honest, the situation was terrible. The agency she had signed with turned out to be scamming young hopefuls. They tricked her into spending a large amount of money on training and TV appearances. Worse still, the money IU paid them came from her grandmother, who was already struggling to make ends meet. Despite the traumatic experience, IU kept auditioning for various companies. After 20 auditions, including one with JYP Entertainment, luck still wasn't on her side. That was until Loan Entertainment, now Kakao Entertainment, saw her potential and signed her as a trainee. Later on, even JYP himself admitted he regretted not signing her, joking that he wanted to fire whoever had let her go. Once she became a trainee, her dream of singing finally felt within reach. She moved to Seoul to begin her training, and beyond just chasing her dream, she was thrilled that her company provided her with plenty of food, something she rarely had at home. She loved being in the studio because she could eat as much as she wanted and finally had a place to sleep. It's heartbreaking to think that she had to fight so hard just for enough food and a safe place to stay. At the age of 15, after just 10 months of training, IU debuted under Loan Entertainment on September 18, 2008, on M Countdown with the song Lost Child. Although it wasn't a major hit, her debut album Growing Up brought her media attention and rising popularity. Despite being a rookie, she earned enough money to help her family, pay off her parents' debts, and even buy her father his dream car. By the time she was 18, she had already starred in the drama Dream High and continued to climb the ladder of success. At the end of 2011, she released her second album, Last Fantasy, which became a massive hit, with all 13 tracks topping the charts. It's incredible to think that just 3 years earlier, she didn't even have enough to eat. Another amazing thing about IU, over 71% of the people who bought tickets to her concerts were men, something extremely rare in the K-pop scene. She has won countless awards, and Billboard named her one of the hottest musicians under 21 for her unique charm and undeniable hits that turned her into a superstar. But losing friends is never easy, and it's completely different when those friends tragically pass away. Many people don't know that IU was incredibly close to Jonghyun, Sully, and Gu Hara. They were amazing friends who spent a lot of time together, and their deaths deeply affected her. In 2018, after Jonghyun's passing, IU gave a heartfelt speech at the Golden Disc Awards, openly mentioning his name. To be honest, I'm still very sad. He was in so much pain and suffered deeply. I think I understand. It's not an unfamiliar emotion to me. We live such busy lives, always planning for next month or next year. It's heartbreaking that our reality doesn't allow us to grieve for as long as we need. Then in 2019, the world was shaken by the tragic death of Sully on October 14th. Many people worried about IU, but she showed strength while dealing with the loss of her dear friend. Back in 2012, IU had written the song Peach, inspired by Sully. Her nickname was the basis for the title. After Sully's passing, the song re-entered the charts and took on a whole new meaning. Lyrics like, Telling you again and again is not enough. With this voice that only knows you, I will sing for you. My heart still reaches for you. Brought fans to tears. IU postponed the release of her album and delayed her concerts, stating she needed time for herself. She paid tribute to Sully by posting photos on Instagram, including a drawing that Sully had made, a self-portrait that inspired IU's Chatshire album. On November 23, 2019, IU performed her show in Seoul. Only a month had passed since Sully's death, and IU was still grieving. During the concert, she said, "I can no longer see the friend I loved so much. She always came to my shows in Seoul no matter how busy she was, so I tried hard not to cry today. But it's been a month since I saw her for the last time." Before performing the final song, she dedicated it. This is for her, and for anyone else who needs it. But just one day after that concert, tragedy struck again. On November 24, 2019, Gu Hara was found unconscious and later passed away. IU, along with countless others, was devastated. Rumors say she learned the news during one of her concerts. She later shared a powerful message with fans. In times like these, people should love one another, even when the world feels so cruel. I hope we all love each other while we're still living. It's absolutely wild to think about everything IU went through and how much she's overcome. In 2020, she released a song with Suga from BTS titled 8. The song talks about precious memories, and many believe the lyrics refer to Jonghyun, Sully, and Hara. Lines like, "So are you happy now? Are you really happy now? Are you okay? I'm still the same. It feels like I've lost everything. Everyone comes and goes as they please without a single goodbye. I don't want to love anyone if things stay this way." It's no surprise that IU was deeply affected by everything that happened between 2018 and 2019. In 8, it feels like she's asking whether her lost friends have finally found peace, far from the hate they endured while still alive. One thing is certain, she will never forget them. IU is an incredible woman, a strong, independent artist who deserves the entire world and more. Everything she touches turns to gold. Let's support her until the end. Thank you for watching today's video. See you next time.